That was the fantasy that I'd always wanted, and I didn't even realize it was Richard until I was over there.
My neighbors all call me Bear here, which is fun. I was born in Syracuse, New York. I currently live in Cortland, New York, which is a 40-minute drive down the freeway from Syracuse. I've lived a lot of places. I've lived in a number of cities in New York State, upstate, as well as New York City. I've lived in Boston and several places in Massachusetts. I've lived in 3 places in West Germany and in Paris. However, I've lived most of my adult life in California. My passion in high school was German, and I was offered or encouraged to apply to become an exchange student to West Germany. And at 17, I was accepted and I fled, vowing to never come back to upstate New York. But you know what they say, never say never. In my first 2 years there, I basically ended up in the gutter as an alcoholic and a drug addict. In 81, I got sober. I was infected with HIV, and I returned to graduate studies at Berkeley. I would rather struggle through snowbelt winters than that 115-degree summer heat in Palm Springs. When I got off the airplane in Germany, it's like, ta-da, I'm out of the closet, and I'm going to make sure everyone knows that. It was like a salon that was like everyone knew about it and came and either met us or also shared on what they were doing. I prepared myself for a career that no longer existed. And simultaneously, unbeknownst to me, queer theory and queer literary studies had arisen. It was like I just had this light bulb went off, and I looked around and I saw there's something bigger going on. This is not this year's fashion in gay San Francisco. It was the first time the word bear had been used in the gay press. And then things blossomed from there. When 86, when the first ELISA test came out, I tested positive. They said, you're in the highest risk group, and we frankly cannot explain why you're still alive, but you are. I lived in anticipation of, at most, I had 2 more years of functional living ahead of me. And I chose to go on with my doctorate, never expecting to complete it. It was a horrible thing to live through, as a lot of us have. And it was a miracle to have come out the other side. I've learned that in America, the more money you have, the more freedom you can buy. And when you ain't got much money, you are really limited in ways you might not suspect. I knew from other gay history that I had studied that history inevitably gets revised. And when there's no original documentation, things get very distorted. The Bear book was the most best-selling book that Hayward Press had ever published. They were all for volume 2. The potential good news is that if I or anyone can get the money together, it can be brought out of storage and then permanently archived either at Cornell or the Gay Historical Society in San Francisco or one institute in LA.
Let's not let that happen.
All right. That would
okay.
be swell. That would be great. Yeah.
Maybe Phil and I could go take care of it. And he's got a house, so maybe he has room to store it, if nothing else.
So many of us have found home among the bears after finding ourselves rejected by other gay men, not being allowed into the gay sex clubs, to be able to come together where we did find acceptance. I really felt bears had turned into the very thing that they had started out as an alternative to.
Yes. God damn it. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I founded the Bear Club in this fucking city.